Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Her Journey. Well, Her stands for Healing, Evolving, and Redefining as we go through this journey of life. I am Cassandra Cass.
And I'm Jackie Cameron, your host.
Thank you so much for being here. We are welcoming today our guest, Sharon Canty Porter. She is a financial service advisor, and I'm so excited to have her because we as a people, one of the things we miss is that other element of trying to set ourselves up for finances and carry it down through generation, set ourselves up for generational wealth. It may not be millions of dollars, but if you can set yourself up and teach our young people how to handle their finances and do it at a younger age, they can establish themselves in a better position as they get older. So I wanted to introduce her, and I want her to introduce herself because I'm really excited about her being here, because one of the main things for me is really, we complain about other people having all this, but the problem is we don't set ourselves up. So I'm really excited to have her. So I will allow her to introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. My name, as she has stated, is Sharon Canty Porter. I have been in the finance industry for 31 years. This year, it will be 32 years with my company. It is important for me because in our community, we tend not to inform ourselves. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And we all want to be more powerful. I can learn, you can learn, and we can learn sometimes together. I am a wife and a mother, and I've even inherited children with my marriage, and I love them as well. I am a grandmother, set of twins included in those grandchildren.
Yes.
So we love all
So
of ours,
beautiful.
his, yours, and mine, ours.
Yes.
And so, like I said, I've been in the community doing this for 31, going on 32 years this year. And it is really a goal of mine to inform, not the particular company I work for, not particularly doing service with me, but just to inform yourself or be informed of what's available and what you need and why.
Wow.
So can you,
I'm sorry, no, go ahead.
So can you speak a little bit more about in regards to what you do in your profession? I know you said you're a financial advisor, but can you elaborate a little bit more on your roles and what you do?
So that's a great question because I started off as an insurance consultant.
Okay.
Meaning that if an individual were to meet up with me, they were probably looking to buy life insurance.
Okay.
But then in my role, I began to educate myself, and I took it to other degrees, such as helping others and myself plan for our retirement. So I'm licensed to sell products of retirement. There are several types of life insurance, and which I have been educated on all three, which is whole life, term and
life.
then universal life.
Okay.
But there's an element to that I'm not privileged to, and that's when you start getting into Series 6 and doing investment with the stock market. That part of life insurance I am not licensed with. And I always tell people proceed with caution. You got 2 ears for a reason. Listen. Don't jump on anything. Verify everything. And you come out pretty good.
That's really good.
That's where my knowledge lies at, is life insurance and investments.
Oh, wow. Can you explain something to me? So I've heard of term and whole life. I've heard of universal. So can you explain the difference of those three, please?
Sure. I like to personally reference it to like homeowning. And the reason why is because people can relate to renting or home. Okay. So there's 3 types of ways we can live: well, there's more than three, but as far as you can be homeless, God forbid, none of us are that way. But there is owning a home,
Mhm.
there is renting, and
Mhm.
then there is owning a condo.
Oh,
Owning a condo is not the same as home owning because you don't own all of it. You only own what's
Oh,
inside of the building.
right.
okay, got you.
Yeah. So with that being said,
Wow.
let's take the renter, right? That's why I keep it simple. Let's
Mhm.
take the renter. If the renter's rent is $1,000 a month,
Mhm.
at the end of the year, they pay $12,000 into that apartment.
Right.
Yes.
That's a different figure than $1,000 a month.
Right.
So out of that 12,000, are you able to borrow against it?
No.
No. Are you able to get your money back?
No.
No.
No. That is the same as term insurance
Wow. I like
because
that.
we're
That's
not able to borrow against it. We're not
Mhm.
able to get any money as long as we are paying our rent
Mhm.
for that period of time that we're covered. The rent will go up. So
Mm.
doesn't
Mm.
term insurance. It's only
Okay.
for a term period of time.
Yep.
That makes
That's a
sense,
great
ladies?
analogy. Never
Right.
thought of
Thank you.
that.
Then
Awesome.
there's home owning.
Yes.
Home owning, and we'll take the same $1,000 at the end of the year. You've paid 12,000 into it. Are you able to borrow against the value of the home? Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
you are.
Mhm.
That is what whole life does. It's more
Okay.
expensive, but it's because it gives you the ability to borrow against the cash value.
Mm-hmm.
um, it allows you to have a guaranteed set price. So when you're home owning, hopefully you get a fixed mortgage, and that means
Yes.
it's that price for the 30 years until it's paid for. Uh,
Mhm.
home whole life is the same way. If you go into it, the younger you are, it's best to
Mm-hmm.
get the most that you can really afford and
Yes.
take that hurt now, because when you get older, guess what? It's the same price and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
increase. It's
Okay.
lock rated. So you have a lock rated premium, you
Mm-hmm.
have guaranteed cash value, guaranteed death benefit,
Oh.
and that is equivalent to homeowning.
Okay. Looks
Then we
good.
have a
That's good.
condo.
Okay.
So you say, well, how are you going to make this sound like life insurance? So simple. Because in the condo, you only own what's inside. So
Okay.
the whole package you don't own. You don't own the outside of the house. You're paying for fees, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
condo fees.
Yep.
Mhm.
Um, you're paying, I don't know all that's included in owning a condo, but I do know the concept is you do not own the whole property. You own
Okay.
inside of the walls. When you purchase universal life, even though it tries to give you best of both worlds, it tries to give you a premium that's locked for a little bit. It gives you the cash value, a little bit of cash value. It doesn't guarantee it because it's affiliated with the stock market. So
Oh.
it's like you own it, but then again, you don't own all concepts of it.
Okay.
And that's how I equivalent to like the condo. You own a part of it, yes,
Mm.
but the price, and it tells you flexible premium on your paperwork. That means the price can go up. If the stock market crashes and goes down, we're losing
Mm-hmm.
money. You lose money in that
Okay.
Ooh.
because it is attached to the stock market. Your
Okay.
premiums are attached to the stock market. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a guaranteed premium per se. It's not guaranteed cash value. And it's not a guaranteed death benefit. It can all change according to the stock market. It's a
Wow.
good, you say, well, why would people get it?
Right. That's
Because
what's gonna be my question.
the most expensive product is the whole life.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes people need more because of what they have to take care of, such as they bought a home. And
Okay.
if they pass away, they want their family to be able to continue their lifestyle. So they
Yeah.
get 300,000 or 400,000 cheaply.
Mhm.
And when that is paid off, or when they've reduced the mortgage down significantly, then they can come out of that either term or a universal product.
Okay.
There's one other thing I'd like to say on the oh, the thought just went out my head. I'm sorry. It'll come back.
It'll come back.
Yes.
Wow, I love those analogies. You made it. I've never heard it that simple ever in my life. That is so good. That's so good. Yes,
And we
that should
want to
be.
keep it simple.
Yeah,
We
that
want
we
to
can
understand.
understand.
Yeah, so that you can understand. So that's the whole purpose, so that you can understand. Because when they speak over your head, it's because something they didn't want you to hear. When they speak, when they use and anyone can do it, including myself, because I know the terminology.
Yeah.
If I speak over your head, there's something that I'm being slick, and I don't want you to get it. And
Okay.
if you get it, you might not keep it. Or you might not do business that way,
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the Bernie Madoff,
Yes.
Madoff, or I can't think of his name, but you know who I'm talking about. The gentleman
Yes.
stole so much money, and we think, well, he hit doctors, lawyers. How did he
Yeah.
get them? Because they're educated in their field,
Yeah.
and we are educated in ours.
Yeah.
And the moment you take a very educated person and you use terminology that they're not familiar with, their pride gets in the way. So they jump and ask the question, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now you sound like you could be stupid. And we wouldn't, doctors and lawyers don't want anyone to think that they're
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And that's why they were so tricked, because he used terminology. He told them the truth. He just didn't tell it so they could understand it.
Stand
And
it. Okay.
they were buying investments that really weren't any good, that he was
Yeah.
making them up and
Yeah.
creating them and so forth. And that's how they got swindled out of so much.
Wow.
I am in awe. That is amazing. And people have tried to get me to do Primerica for years. And that is just to hear it done and brought down in that analogy so simple is just amazing to me.
And it actually, term does have its place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has its place, but it's not something that you want long term.
Okay.
Term means just like that. It's for a period of time.
Okay.
So if I
Yeah.
own a business, I have a lot of debt, I have a home, I want to be able to leave people, my family, something in the event of my untimely death, because we're all going to go there. I
Yeah.
remember my thought. So one of the tidbit for life insurance that our community skips and they don't realize life insurance is like the only vehicle you can leave your loved ones that they do not have to pay taxes on.
Taxes on.
So what happens is, you want to know why rich people leave
Yes.
money?
That much
Because
I
they
know.
left a couple of $1 million
Yes, they
policy.
do.
When they die, their children don't have to pay taxes on those millions of dollars. So they're passing wealth off to
Yes.
their children. I
Yeah.
can't afford to leave my kids $1 million. I wish I could.
Mhm.
But how I've set myself up, that I can afford.
Yeah.
And when
Right.
they receive it, they won't pay taxes on it. It'll
Exactly.
start for them. And so
Yeah.
now I have them started on their
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
And
Early.
so, and they're already in the desire of, oh, I want to get to
Yeah.
$1 million, Mom. Great.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to leave your children, which are my grandchildren,
Yes.
for their children. And
Yes.
and we eventually will get to that place where
Yes.
down the line, somebody is actually a millionaire because of
Yes.
this plan and seed that started back
Yes.
during their grandmother's time,
That's
which
right.
would be
That's
me.
Plant
so
the seed.
good. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's setting up
planted the seed.
Generational wealth.
generational wealth when we do
Generational wealth.
that. Oh my
There
That
you
God.
much
go.
I
I
knew
do
because
that.
I'm like, that's why other people have that because they make sure that they leave I knew somebody that's grandparents left them like over $50,000. And I was like, that's how that continues to do, because they set it up early and make sure that they put that stuff in place. And we don't do that. We put in
because we don't understand.
Yeah, right. We're not
Our,
taught.
our community is not informed. So, and
Right.
because we don't understand, we don't do it. And
Yeah.
and the
And we
worst
don't plan.
concept is, oh, I'm not leaving so and so anything. I'm not
Yeah.
leaving. They're not gonna party on my money. Are you
Yeah.
kidding? Are you
Right.
kidding?
Right.
Yeah.
If they're party people, they're gonna party whether you don't leave them any money.
Exactly.
And if that's what they do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You die, me or you dying is not gonna change that.
No.
But what can is when you guide your children, even before you die, what to do with X amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, I've already spoken to my kids. At one time when they were younger, I left it so that they couldn't touch it until they were 25.
Right.
Well, now everybody's in their 30s and 40s except for the youngest one. So that's no good. But in that reasoning was because I knew how I was. And I didn't want some guy to get in their head, spawn, use up their money, and they have nothing. So I figured if they waited till they were a certain
Little mature.
level-headed, mature age, that you've been through something, you've been through college, you're not just about to blow everything, on a whim and go from there. So all that planning is necessary for your financial
stability. Yeah. Oh my God, Sharon, I'm learning so much. I am just amazed at that, which is really, like I said, one of the main reasons as a woman, we need to teach our women, because we are really the foundation of the family and of the world, honestly, because behind every man, there's a good woman. For the most part, every good man. And we set the tone for our families and set the stage. And so that was one of the main reasons I wanted you to come on, because I love that. And I am very big on establishing us and trying to set ourselves up, because I knew that for this particular person, that I knew that the grandparents, I was like, yeah, that's why we have to change our way of thinking as a community. We've got to change the way we think about stuff. So let's just get into the questions, because I'm just
Can I just say
amazed.
something?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
I mean, I love this. I think that, even in school, they don't teach about finance.
Right. We really need to get some
that-
life skills.
So, I mean, I think like places, churches, like they need this information that you're saying, because a lot of people don't even know what you just said. You know what I mean? Like, this is a way to set up generational wealth for your family. And so, and our counterparts are doing it and they know it. And so what we see is GoFundMe pages and it's just like, wait, what? And so I think to educate people that look like you and I, this would be eye opener and a life changer. And so I think wherever you get a platform to educate people, whether it's churches, schools, whatever, like this is definitely something that we need in our community, because we just worry about ourselves. They can figure it out after I'm gone, and we don't even think about how we can set them up for generational wealth. So I love that you are and you explain it so simple. Like I could see when you said renting, owning condos, like I could see all three of those examples so clearly. And like I need to go and look at my insurance policy.
No, I understand.
Because I'm like, I think I picked the wrong one. Listening to you, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest, like right now, one of my policy is term. And then when I looked at it, I think it said like age 85. Yep. It goes up to age 85. And I'm trying to be healthy. So I see myself here past 85. So now what? You know what I mean? And so now I'm already in my like 60s. So like to look at something that's whole life is probably going to be really, really expensive for me right now.
It probably will, but it would be more beneficial for you to get out of something that is going to end
Okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken, that one that goes to age 85, doesn't it go up every 5 years? Yeah.
Yep, it does.
And the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I knew the product, because there's one in particular company called
Mm-hmm.
H.E.R, and they hit our seniors.
Yep.
And they sell them this term insurance that goes
Yep.
every 5 years. At
Yep.
age 85, it ends.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
problem is you're gambling with your
Mm-hmm.
life,
Yeah.
because not only is it going up, but at age 85, when it ends, are you going to be alive? So you're telling
Right.
the insurance company, I'm not going to be here. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
bought this. And they're saying, you're healthy, you're da 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 da. They do all, whatever those
Yep.
questions are,
Yep.
and they
Yep.
process it. And because they it feel as though you're not about to die,
Yep.
they sell it. And
Yeah.
you could pass away within the next
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
25
could.
years
Mm-hmm.
or before age
Yeah.
85. You could. But if you
Yep.
don't,
Yep.
my mother lived to
Mm-hmm.
98.
Oh my.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm gonna need to see you after this.
Well, even if you
I need
don't
to
do
set
it
up
with
some
me,
time with you.
even if you don't do it, and I love the business. It's not that.
Yeah.
I'm really about the knowledge.
Yes.
Get
Yes.
the information. Get what you can. There's over 2,000 insurance companies in America.
Wow.
It's over
Okay.
2,000 in America. So,
Mm, yeah.
there's plenty. If you get the knowledge, I'll be grateful. Let you do
Yes.
business with me. I'd love it. Don't don't
Yes.
don't. But
Yeah.
I'm not really selling myself. I just want the industry to do people right.
No, yeah, no, I
Yes.
understand, but you're
Wow.
welcome. And I have a question too. Like I'm also the parent of a young man that has autism,
Mm.
and he's like 30, he just turned 30, 32 in November. Are there insurance policies for people with disabilities?
Yes and no. Autism
Okay.
is a is a
Mm.
is a hard one, and that's
Okay.
because drugs that um there are drugs that uh, can that have side effects. And
Okay.
one of the things that autistic, it depends on if they're severely autistic or what degree of autism it is. Um,
Okay.
but they tend to run out in front of, because I have a severely autistic niece, and she can just be standing there next to you, and then all of a sudden she's
Start
dark
up.
across the speech
Mm-hmm.
without looking.
Yeah.
Just, they can be, they can put themselves in danger, which is why insurance companies tend not to insure them.
Okay.
And the other one is the ADHD. Am I,
Steve. Yeah.
am I saying it right?
Yeah.
That the medicine to take for that, to bring them down off of their excitement, can take them into a depression, and the side effect, and the side thing is suicidal. They can be suicidal children, or people. So yeah, so they're if the person's level of ADHD or autism is severe,
Mm-hmm.
they need to just wait until, and just keep looking out for products that they are called guaranteed issue. Sometimes you have a company that'll come around and they'll start selling it for people under age 40. Grab it.
Okay.
Once they get a certain amount, they'll stop the product, and they grandfather those in that they have. So,
Okay.
so you look for the guaranteed issue product, and then set it up. Make sure that you have a family member that knows that if something happens to me, please keep this going so you can take care of that person's final arrangements.
Okay. Oh, that's
Very,
good to know. Yeah, I've been
yeah, it
looking.
is hard.
Yeah, and I haven't had, been able to find anything for him, so I thought I would ask you. So
And
yeah.
I would say to the listening audience, if you do have a child that is possible on that spectrum,
Yeah.
get it before they're diagnosed. Get it when they usually do that kind of diagnosis before 2, I believe. They usually can tell by the age of 2, 3 years old whether they're
Yep.
whether
Hmm.
they're autistic, or I
Yep.
don't know about the ADHD, but definitely the autism.
Hmm.
Get get that child insured. My grandchildren are all insured for $100,000 each, whole life. They're locked in now so that their parents are only spending 20 something dollars a month for their policies.
Yeah.
They take them over when they're adults, it'll
Yeah.
still be 20 something a month for the whole life. So
Wow.
and that's me beginning them for their journey,
Yeah.
when they get older. But I wish I could do more. I wish I could do the what do you call it, million
$1 million.
Yes.
but that's okay. They have something. They got
Yeah,
something to
absolutely.
start out with, and if anything happens down the road with diagnosing medically something wrong with them, they're
They're
lucky
already
to get out.
covered. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. I know my father had all his the older grandchildren, he had all of them in a policy before he passed, and only one of them, Brianna, kept up with hers, which is amazing, a whole life. And I never thought of that. And I never thought ADHD, I mean, that is coming up so often now in so many people,
Yeah.
Our
you
president's
know?
son has it.
Yeah, yeah.
Our president's son has something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the autism. They
I
call
think he's more on the spectrum.
yes,
Mhm.
they call
The
it
youngest one?
what
Mhm.
they call it
Asperger's.
Asperger's, but that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
autism.
which is
Yeah.
on that spectrum.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, I never
So
knew
it's
that.
amazing that he's attacking people of disabilities, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, people mess with other people.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that would take a whole year just to do that one by
Yeah,
itself.
but thank you for that, because I've been like, he's out, and so I'll be looking for anything that says guarantee issue, because now, he's 32, and so,
It's
he's
gonna be
not
a while.
severely, he's low functioning, but not severely, like not darting out. Like he lives in like a residential setting, but great life skills and things like that. So,
Good. Well, good
okay.
for him.
That
So,
is really good information. Oh
yeah,
my
thank you
goodness.
so much.
Thank
So
you.
Miss Sharon, after doing all this, I'm sorry.
Can I have one more question? I'm so intrigued by that
We
before
may
we
not
get
even
into
get
your
to the questions,
personal.
it's fine.
So so we talked about your insurance expertise. So a little bit about the financial, because right now, so how did you transfer from insurance to the financial side?
So they allowed me to sell it while doing life insurance.
Oh, okay.
So I took a liking to it. So I could
Mhm.
offer. So then my portfolio became, not only could I sit down with you and talk about life insurance, but how are you planning for your future? And I'm
Okay.
always instructing our young people to please save. If I
Yes.
would have done what I started doing later in life, I didn't think I could. I didn't think, not seeing $5 in the paycheck was a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Single parent with two kids, little,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
but I wish I would have bit the bullet, because you actually don't see it. Once you don't see it,
Yeah.
it's gone. And then,
Yeah.
Right.
it's building up, and you've gotten 10,000 saved. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's money that we're letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Job offers you 401ks.
Yes.
Yes.
Get it. I don't care
Yeah.
Get
where
it.
you are now. Get in it, because it's free money. And what
It
I
Mm-hmm.
mean
is.
by free money, some
The match.
companies offer 100% match. So if you put
Yeah.
Right.
$1, they'll put in $1. Some
Yeah.
My company, who I love you all dearly, but they only match 4% of what I put in. But guess
Yeah.
what? I'm
It's
up
still free money.
15, 18% of my
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
I'm putting
Yeah.
in, and
Yeah.
they're matching 4%.
Yeah.
Not 4% of that. Whatever I put in, they give
Yeah.
me
Right.
4% additional. So
Yes.
that's free money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All free money
That you're leaving on the table. Yeah.
that you're
And I always
leaving
tell
on the table.
people, yeah, like even if, like you said, it's 4%, then at least match the 4%. That's now you got 8%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just match it. So yeah, and like you said, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Because you're probably gonna take that money and go buy a meal. Like
Yeah.
it seems like it's a lot, but you're gonna spend it and something that's not,
You will blow money,
yeah,
guaranteed.
that's not benefiting you, that's not investing, that's not making you more money, going to a concert, going out to eat or whatever, and you could have put that in your 401k. So
That quick meal
even
at
if you do
McDonald's.
nothing, match whatever they're matching.
Right.
So yeah, that's so
It's
good.
it's
Yeah.
it's important to save for the future.
Yes.
I'm a big one on tithing. I'm a
Yes.
woman, and then I believe in the principle of tithing, giving,
Mhm.
and it comes back to me.
Mhm.
Yes.
There's also pay yourself.
Yes.
You are
Yes. I
so
believe that.
worthy of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that. When my dad was telling me, well, you put $10 a week away, you can do that. And I used to look at him like, he's got to be kidding me. I don't even have $10 from the check that's coming in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Not even got here yet. Coming.
Yes.
I
And it's
don't
already
have
gone
$10
paying bills.
spare from that, and
Yeah.
he's telling me to put away $10.
Mhm.
And I get it now, but that's
Yeah.
not how we approach people to
No.
Yes.
it's a real thing when it comes to what's in their pocketbook. It's
Yeah.
a real thing. It's not that easy as we think,
Mhm.
because I remember being that parent.
Yes.
But I promise you all, those are listening, somebody who hears it, if you just take $1, put $1 for that week away, then the next week,
Mhm.
keep it going.
Yeah.
Once you see that you got a few dollars stacked, now keep it going.
Yes.
Start little. You don't have to be up to
Right.
80% of your paycheck like I
Right.
was. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
Right.
start little,
Mhm.
saving.
Mhm.
So that's me in my I'm all about saving. You
That's
have
so awesome.
you have to, ladies. She's over there.
Yeah.
We did
It's so
something at
good.
church and I wasn't able to be there. I wanted to be one of your people to help you because I'm really behind that. I really am now that I understand it. Like you say, I believe in tithing, pay 10% to yourself, 10%, take 10% for your tithing, 10% to yourself, and go on down the road. Because you don't in the end, you've only spent McDonald's money. That's all it is. It's really McDonald's money. $10 will buy you a McDonald's meal. So
But
you
Not
for
even.
the person who's living check to check, it's hard.
it is.
So
It
we
is.
want
I don't
so we
deny
want
that.
we want them to let them know that we understand, right, ladies?
Yes.
Because we've been there. We're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
women. We've
Yeah.
been in the struggle. Some are still
Yes.
struggling, and it's not easy,
It's
but
not easy.
it's rewarding.
Yes, that's the word.
You need to feel the reward. I love looking at my 401k now. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I love it.
Yes.
I'm planning on, I got some things lined up, and I'm like,
Yes, girl.
my husband said, well, what do you want to do in the future? I want to fly to Paris first class.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yes,
There you go.
I've not gone
Girl.
out of the country first class. I can't
Yes.
go in the back anymore. And once you've done it and you've been in one
Yes.
of those pods and you're
Yes.
flying for 6 hours and someone is literally caring for you with, there's no plasticware.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get the real
it's a
deal.
whole different life. And there's not many of us that up.
No.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. So, and then there's privileges through the airport. I didn't
Yes.
realize.
That's
I
true.
thought that one.
That's right.
Just a few privileges. Yeah.
That's right.
I found out there's
You going to the
there's
Sky
suites
Club?
in every there's
Mm-hmm.
every in every airport
Airport.
for people who are flying first class, and you go
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and it's like,
And
what?
they wait on you there too.
Woo!
Sure
It's
enough.
unbelievable. So once you
Girl.
get there, you can't go back. So yes, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Australia. I love to travel.
Oh,
I want to
yes.
see things that I've never
Nice.
been exposed to. Yeah, I want to
Yes.
do those type of things. So
Yeah.
and I want my house paid for. So I'm
Yes.
64 years old.
Mhm.
So
You look amazing.
with
Really?
it said I want the house paid for by 70. So
Yes. All right.
to worry about
Yeah.
Yes.
how is it gonna get paid.
Yes.
Look, we might not even have Social Security. I don't know what's in this man's mind. God does.
Yes, absolutely.
God's allowing him to be there for whatever.
Right. That's
And if
the
we don't
truth.
start praying and understanding it,
Yes.
we can complain about him all we want to, but we better get prepared.
Yes, that's the key. Girl, you speaking it right now.
Amen. Oh, that's so good. I was about to say amen.
Amen on that one. You
I
are
love
speaking it right now.
Yes, and
no
like
idea
I
what it
said,
looks like.
yeah, the world's on edge and all. I'm like, put your trust in
In
God.
God.
Be aware, prepare, and trust God.
Yes.
That's the key.
We did another podcast the other day, and that's what we said,
Mhm.
you got to be prepared. You're either going to trust him or you're not. You can't live your life in fear.
Mhm.
This is where he is saying, trust me. Where is your faith in me?
Mhm.
And those of us that have faith in God, I think we're going to be all right. I'm not saying it's not going to be a little bit hard, but he's going to give us the wisdom on how to handle it, how to get through these next 4 years, but we will be all right and we will survive if we trust him.
Amen.
We can't walk through this like, oh my God, oh my God. You've got to learn how to really relax and trust him. What are you saying? Something you saw? Trust God and go to bed and go to sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's this pillowcase cover
Yes.
that I want to get. It says, give it to God and go
Go
to
to sleep,
And you do have to prepare in these times.
Yes.
You have to be vigilant. You have to be.
Yes. Yes.
Right. And so we're not saying like trust God is the key, but also like you said, be prepared.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because some of us be like, I'm not even gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna trust him. No, we need you to prepare and trust.
Can I ask this question on
Absolutely.
on insurance? There's a big thing about loans.
Oh.
People borrowing, and they say, "I'm borrowing my own money." No, you're not.
Oh, on your
But
life
Against
insurance.
against your
borrowed
life
against
insurance.
I'm sorry.
Against their insurance policies?
Yes.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
person
Yes.
that's borrowed against their insurance policy. I want you
Okay.
to remember this principle for all of your bills. When you borrow, there's an interest that's charged.
Right.
The interest is usually added daily, whether it's
Yes.
credit card, Sears, Macy's, whether it's your car loan, whether it's over your life insurance. When you don't pay the finance charge more than is requested, then
Yeah.
you are going to stay in that rut of owing
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
So I am interest free.
Oh,
Everything I live
yes.
off of right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying. I don't owe any interest except for my home. Sorry,
Yeah.
and my car note.
Mm-hmm.
But them are the only two
Yeah.
I owe. I don't. When I go to the store and I spend, say, $1,000 in credit this month, when
Okay.
my bill comes in, I pay it. So that means I
So,
don't spend any more than I can afford. If I can
okay.
afford to
That's
pay
good.
dollars, then that's all you spend.
Okay.
Get there until you have you're not paying the finance charge, because that's how America is built. They're living off of
That's true.
it's borrowed money. So
Okay.
they're being successful off of our interest,
Yes.
Okay.
off of us owing them. So I use
Mhm.
18 credit cards, paying the $10 minimum, and couldn't understand why I wasn't getting anywhere.
Mhm.
In each one of them, I had it maxed up to whatever it was, 150,
Yeah.
$200, $300, and I thought I was doing great. Oh, I'm doing fine. I got
Mm-hmm.
those my $150 or $180
Yeah.
because each one was paid $10, and I'd go
Yeah.
back to living off of them for the month.
Yeah.
Realizing I wasn't getting anywhere but into more rut and more rut and more.
More. Yeah.
So to everybody, that whole thing with finance charge, owing somebody, get out of debt.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Get out of debt. How do you get out of debt? If the finance charge is $20, pay 30.
Yes.
And whatever the minimum amount is due.
Okay.
So if the minimum amount is due is $10 and the finance charge is 20, that bill should be paid $30.
$30.
Okay, that's
Now when you
good.
get it the next time, you'll notice that the finance charge is less. As long as you don't get any more a debt
Oh,
on it.
wow.
The finance charge will be less.
Okay.
And the minimum due still might be $10, but you still pay whatever the finance charge is, and that brings the bill down. Okay, that's it for that part.
That's good. You need to see some classes.
Yeah,
You
I have a question on that. Because someone told me also, if you pay it, so if you can't pay more than $10 when it's due, as long as you pay that extra interest charge before the next billing cycle, right?
Because you're still paying.
So don't feel
more.
bad if you can only pay the $10 today when your paycheck, but when by the time your next paycheck and before that bill cycles, pay that other $10 or $20 interest. So don't ever think that you don't have a possibility to do it, because I found myself, and I found myself being frustrated because I couldn't pay that whole, that $30, the $10 plus the interest. But then if I pay it before,
But then how do you go back and, so say you pay $10 today and you're 20, when you go back into that credit card to open it, how do you then say this is towards interest?
Because it tells you on your bill what your interest is.
I know, but when you pay the bill, like it already has like the next minimum month's due.
No, it doesn't until the bill cycles.
Oh, so you're saying before the billing
Right,
cycle?
yes.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, yeah, before the bill cycles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So just don't, because I was really like, oh, I don't have it right now. I get my disability comes and da, da, da. And then when I was finally able to, if I actually had some extra to pay it, then it was like, oh, okay, I heard that somewhere. And so I really try to at least do that if I can't pay it all at that one time.
That's good.
But that's really important, I
Because if
think
you
that's.
add it up, they made some money off of you this month.
Yes.
Yes, they
Yep,
did.
I've seen it. Yep, you're
And
right.
they do. We really have to
Gotta get
educate
smart.
ourselves.
Gotta
Yeah.
get
I was
smart.
paying, I was paying a student loan, you know how you do for your kids, right?
Yeah.
I was paying it for 15 years, because Danielle is 37 now. So I must have been paying it 15 years after her schooling. And
Wow.
still was at the same amount of money.
Yes.
Still was at the same, and never went down. And I couldn't understand this. And then I said, once I got into the house, thank God I had another income in the house too. So, but
Right.
sometimes we don't have that, but you do what you
Right.
can. And I purposed in my mind to give up $1,000 a month. And in 15 months, or a little bit less, it was paid. And it's
Wow.
But it took me to do that, to say, bam, this is ridiculous. And I paid it for over 15 years. I might have paid some good money, and all I did was pay them interest. And never brought the principal down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people, this is such
so
good
good.
information.
I promise you, I share this all the time with the insurance, all the time. People say, well, when I called the company, they said I could borrow. Yes. And they didn't tell me I had to pay it back. True. You don't pay it back. The thing is, it keeps going up. Right. The loan will continue to go up because it's adding interest daily.
Okay. So you borrow 5,000, but you're gonna end up paying when it's all said and done, it's gonna be $10,000 or $15,000.
Exactly.
That's actually coming off of the top of your principal.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is some good stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Wow.
Well,
yes.
Questions
so
now.
Tell me, because honestly, you are living my dream. Because when I was younger, I was in banking for like 14 years. I wanted to be a personal banker, to do just what you're doing. That was my desire. Yes, that was like my dream, because I was in banking and I did all this stuff. And I was like, I'm going to be a personal banker. That's what I'm going to do. Because it was so important to try to educate us about our finances and try to help us understand when your kids are young, open up a savings account, start putting money into it and this and that. So I'm like, yes, like a little kid right now at a candy store. This is such good information, and I am so glad that we got you to be here. So we haven't even gotten to the questions. I don't even know if we need to, because
you have to come back.
yes, because I just,
this is needed.
This is so needed. So one of the first, I do want to ask this: if you were to say, "I am," where you are right now, how would you finish that question? I am.
So what I didn't do is I didn't rehearse my questions. I did read them.
That's good.
That's good.
But I wanted it to come from the heart.
Right, exactly.
So,
That's good.
so I didn't. So the reason I paused, because every time I read that particular sentence, I had so many different answers. I think the one that most um, makes me feel accomplished is I am somebody.
Okay.
Wow.
Amen.
And I did not always think I was good enough to be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I
yeah,
knew I was somebody because everybody's somebody.
yeah.
But you have to know that
Mm,
through your struggles,
Come
the
on.
pain, through the disappointments,
yes.
and then the successes, I'm
Yeah.
Yes.
somebody.
Yes, I
And
love
I don't
that.
need a president to define me. I
Amen.
don't need anyone in the church to define me.
Come on.
Amen.
I don't need the job to define me, because we create our own self, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
somebody. It
I
was a
love that.
I kept playing, but that word somebody kept coming. And I said, you
Yeah.
know what? Out of everything, you are somebody. Stop crying.
Amen.
Don't have me
Amen.
crying now. Don't
I
do
know.
that.
But you already, 'cause that's just,
That's good.
yeah.
That's
And that
good.
comes from your faith in God and knowing who you are, because God, He defines us, you know, He gives us that strength and lets us know, like, yes, Lord,
That's
that's
good.
amazing. That's amazing. I don't even know what else. If you were to say, who's your biggest cheerleader right now? Who's your biggest cheerleader?
My biggest cheerleader probably would be those right in my house.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the people that know you the most are right
Yeah.
around you all the time.
Mhm.
And when they see you go from down here,
Yeah.
just taking the steps to make yourself
To make
higher,
it. Yeah.
and they're proud of you,
Mm-hmm.
they're leaders.
Yeah.
When I get
That's important.
my grandbaby,
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
that's really good.
That's good.
those
Wow.
are my cheerleaders. My
Yeah.
husband,
Yeah. That's
my
important.
daughter,
That's good. Your
cheerleader.
daughter. Yeah.
And then it extends out. That's
Yeah.
where
Yes.
marriage
Yes. And people
begins.
see it because I saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I need her to be on here. I need her to be on here. This woman is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Got me crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what's that?
Is that your phone?
What happened?
Oh, it sounded like I heard maybe it was an alarm.
Was it
Do
this?
you hear an alarm?
Not my phone.
Hold on, hold on.
Is that me? We're done now?
Can we mute this?
Sorry about that. Something started, and I was just like, "What in the world is that?"
It was a video in the
A
back.
video in the background.
Started on my
Um,
computer.
So if you said my purpose in life, what would you think your purpose in life is?
I think this right here.
Yeah.
When I came into this field, 30, so it'll be 32 years in July.
Wow.
When I came into this field, I was a wandering soul.
Mm.
32 years ago put me at age 64. Um, and I mean 64. That's the age now. It put me at 32, at
Two.
half of my life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hadn't held a good job down, and I was just
Mm.
going here, there, and I came to the job to be the secretary,
Come
and
on.
the person was talking with me, and he said, I'm gonna give you this, and so he put me there, and now I realize, the many times I've helped people. Oh my God, took groceries, went in my pocket,
Yes.
paid their insurance. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of stories in the 30,
Yes.
a lot of stories. So I understand that we're all supposed to help somebody.
Yes, we are.
We are all supposed
Yes,
to
we
help,
are.
be helpers of one another.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is my contribution. This is my way of helping.
Yes. Yes.
This is my purpose. And I thank God. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, and
Amen.
it's such a beautiful purpose. Like it actually helps teach people generational wealth.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? Legacy. It's just, I mean, I think you do an amazing job. Like I just met you today, but I can already know like you have such a sweet spirit,
Yes.
and that the way God has given you to just explain it, to make it so simple. Like I just love things that are relatable. And so you definitely are gifted in this area.
Yes.
And more people need to hear you. I don't know if you
Yes.
do you do anything outside of the office space, like as far as
I
teaching
do.
financial literacy?
I
You
do.
do?
I do go around and share it, and
Oh, good.
done it at churches. I've done it at my church.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard because I'm trying to um,
Change the mindset.
teach about insurance and
Yes.
saving, right?
Okay.
Not let it be about me or my company. And sometimes
Yep.
it's people.
Intertwine.
It gets intertwined. Not
Mhm.
if I don't not even trying to do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I brought other people in, and just so that they could sell. And
Yeah.
but let's get the information to the people, because
Okay.
Right.
that's most
Yeah.
important to me, is
Yeah.
people getting the information.
Yes.
Too. On my job, I'm not paid by commission anymore.
And
And
that's a good thing.
it is a great thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
almost said my salary, but that's why I had to grab myself.
But that's a great thing. That shows your growth,
I'm
because
telling
otherwise they would keep you at that commission, and then that can be
exactly,
tough.
exactly,
That can be tough.
exactly.
So that's, oh my gosh, that's really
And I
good.
love that you started at humble beginnings, and you God has just
See, she was like, yeah.
elevated you. So your statement of I am somebody makes more sense to me now as I'm listening to you, because you didn't start here. So you know what it is to start here and go up. So somebody can't tell you, oh well, I don't have this and I don't have that. Okay, what else you got? Like,
Yeah.
everything
Done
you're
that.
saying, I've been there. I'm a living example of
Yes.
you can start here, and by trusting God and doing your work. Like I always say, people want to skip that part. They
Yeah.
want the advance, but they don't want to do the work to get there.
Mhm.
You can get up here. So you have such an amazing testimony. Like you are a living example
Mhm.
of what God can do and where He can position you, right?
Mhm.
And when He puts you in that position, no man can take
Nobody
that.
take that.
Everything that you know right now, like you can't unknow that. You know what I mean? And so you have the ability to now transfer and teach that into somebody else and help them. So you are a wealth of knowledge,
Yes.
and you have such a oh, what I want to say, this your spirit is the whole, Lord help me with the word.
It's
Like you are not, you don't have an alternative motive.
Yeah.
You are genuine. You just want to educate people. So this isn't about like come to my business. That you don't even, that's your last thought.
Yeah.
Your last thought. Take this
I get
information, go wherever you need to do, or do it, but get this information, this knowledge, and create generational wealth for you and your family. So I love that your intent is just so honest and so pure. And so when you speak, people see that comes across. I want you to know that comes across genuine.
Yeah.
And so, because I don't even know the name of your company. You didn't even bring that up. You see what I'm saying? So you have the right posture, the right heart posture.
AARP, Yeah, I'll be careful with that AARP.
We gotta talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I love that you are just really your passion is information and teaching people. So you are a blessing to the kingdom of God. And yes, you are doing your purpose. You are doing your purpose, and I love that.
Thank you.
Wow. I don't even,
I don't even know where to go. Well, what would you say your definition of success is?
My definition of success is having a goal and do it.
Okay.
And finish it. Might be your success might be just making sure that you get up and go for a walk every day. Or eat proper. Or go to work. Get a job. But if you don't set a plan for yourself, if you don't set a plan, I hope I'm hitting
No,
that
you are.
correctly. If you don't set a plan for yourself and work your plan, you're not going to feel successful. Because you have to feel successful. You can tell me I'm successful, but if I don't feel it, I'm not, I'm walking, I'm living in defeat because I don't.
Yes.
But if I say that, my goal is to have the house paid by 70. Success is the plan I work to do this. Okay.
Yes, come
Instead of
on.
paying my mortgages, and which is true, my mortgage is $1,100. My mortgage is any rent I paid.
Yeah.
Or how God blessed me to have that, but He did.
Amen.
So my mortgage is $1,100.
Yeah.
And plus other things,
Of course.
insurance and
Yeah.
all that. Okay. So 1,100. But if I don't double it, if I don't plan, okay, can I put 2,200 on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If I can afford to put 2,200, that's my plan.
Yeah.
And by the time I see, down the road and I see my plan is working,
Yes. Right.
successful.
Yes. Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why I say create a plan
And follow it. Yeah, that's a great definition.
Pay that extra towards that principle and continue to bring that principle down.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so we often ask women about our logo. Well, on our logo, I don't know if you were able to see it, but there's a picture of a grown woman looking at a little girl. And so what would you say today? What would your grown woman today say to that little girl?
It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right, Sharon.
Yeah.
Stay the path. It's gonna be all right.
Stay the path.
Yes.
Be all right.
Now, did you always? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When I was I'd say, so it has to be about 25 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago. I was working in this job, and this woman told me that I was going to meet a man. He's going to be my husband, and he was going to love the little girl in me.
Wow.
So when I saw your question, I thought about it and I said, oh man, because I could not understand why would she say that? What do you mean he's gonna like the little girl in me? Does that mean that the immature part of me or no? But there's questions we had as kids, like doesn't seem like nobody loves me. It doesn't seem like work. It's gonna be all right. It just stay the course. It's gonna be all right.
Wow.
I didn't think I was gonna make it, but look at me.
Look at you.
Yeah, I don't mean like I'm all that.
No. Yes, you are all that.
You
are all that.
All that and some.
Yes.
Sharon,
So, and you have that man that loved the little girl in you. I'm assuming. Like that came to pass?
It did
Yeah.
because when my husband met me, I had just completed the second knee surgery in one
Okay.
year. And if you know anything about those, they put these really long,
Yep.
ugly scars up your knees.
Yep, I got two.
So I had both of the knees done.
Okay.
Look, I already thought I was a hot mess anyway, as far as looks, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, oh man, whoever loves me gonna have to love these bad knees too.
Ugly
No,
scars.
because then it seemed like every woman you see, they have no scars on because
Yep.
you're looking at what you have
Yeah.
versus
Right.
whatever. So the first thing he said to me, not the first thing, one of the things he said to me was, "Oh, and I love your knees." And he was on his knees kissing my knees. And
Oh,
I couldn't believe that somebody was saying that to me.
say that.
Exactly what I said to God, like he's gonna have to love all of me. And he
Yeah.
didn't know I said.
Wow.
And I just
Sharon.
I could not believe it. So what am I saying? Yes, this man loves the little girl in me. He loves
Yeah.
the woman that I am.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he told me the other day, he said, "Do you know how much you've taught me about finances?" And he has no idea that I'm doing this with you. He
Oh,
has no
really?
idea that I'm doing this with I'm
Yeah.
at work. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
disturbance from home. But
Yeah.
he was just telling me the things that how I shared with him about paying for things and
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
stop doing the finance charge and da 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 da.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just so yes, your
That's
question.
so
I should
Oh
have
my
awesome.
goodness.
laughed, but yes, I'm sorry.
I love that. No, that's so good. That's so
That's an
good.
encouragement to me because Pastor said to me last month at some point, he was like, he's looking for you. And I'm like, who? Talking to. It's like, and he has to love me through my scars because I got one on each knee. And I think that they're yes, my exact thought is how terrible those big old scars are. You're like, could y'all do a better job?
And then when you look around the church, you're like, oh man, all these women, and he's gonna find me.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
girl. Oh my
and he's gonna
goodness,
find you.
exactly.
Okay, Ruth, and Boaz is gonna find you working.
Yes, yes, yes,
Come on.
yes, ma'am. You're gonna
He's gonna
find me working.
Ruth.
Yeah. I just want to be used of God. I just
He's
want to
gonna
be
find you
used.
working.
Yes,
Yes.
You know
Lord.
the story of Boaz and Ruth, right?
Yes.
Huh? Girl. Oh my goodness. Ooh, okay. So what do you do for self-care? Because that's one of the things. See, this is why we ask the questions. Because somebody's gonna want to know this. All of that business is wonderful, but they need to know the heart of you. And
Yeah.
that heart of you is going to help with them being able to do the finances because they'll see that she made it and I can make it too. But so what do you do for self-care? What do you do to take care of you?
So self-care could be a couple of things, right? It could be the physical stuff that
Oh
we
yeah,
do.
absolutely.
You may get your hair done.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm
I mean, it's
laughing.
not selfish. It's what do you do for yourself? She said, get your hair done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your nails done if you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Mhm.
You try to eat properly
Yep.
and dress
Yep.
in a decent manner for
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
Uh, but also, it's important for me to tell myself that I love you. It's
Yeah.
important to remind myself
Yeah.
because what's on the inside is going to show out on the outside, right?
Come on.
Yes.
So
Yes, that's
if you
right.
don't think of yourself good on the inside, if you don't
Yeah.
speak positively into your own life, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I even do it in my prayers.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I'm
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm the head and not the
Not
tail.
the
I'm
tail.
the
Yeah.
lender, not the borrower. I'm
Yeah.
blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the
Yes,
field.
in the food.
Son is been
Yeah.
on prayer line with me. I just you have to
You
talk to
have to.
yourself. You have
Yes.
to encourage
Self-talk.
yourself
Mhm.
because like David said in the Bible, you have to encourage yourself. If you,
Mm.
you know, that's a part of self-caring.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
You can get all of this looking cute and
Yes.
mess on the inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
And eventually, you ever see that pretty person, male or female, and just got an ugly, nasty mannerism. They pretty on the outside, dress fly, woo,
Yes.
some of the nicest clothes you could imagine, but the
Yeah.
inside is messed up. And
Yeah.
we don't care for that inside, that
Yeah.
little boy, that little girl, that whoever. Don't care for
Mm-mm.
myself on the inside.
Come on.
What's on the inside is eventually gonna come on the outside, and you can dress.
Yes, it is.
You can put all the nice pumps, but that doesn't mean anything. You have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
love yourself, and
Yes.
it's okay. And that took me time to love myself. I had to learn to love me. I love me and all the scars of me and what I don't have, and I
Yeah.
love me. I love me,
Yes.
and I'm not even, I don't mean like I love me like how I look or what. I just
Right.
me. If
Yeah.
anybody else
Because you have
loves
to.
me, I love me.
Exactly.
And you
Wow, that's awesome.
ladies, right?
Questions. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. That self-love, that self-talk. I often say the best conversation you will have is the one that you have with yourself. It starts with you because like you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're not doing something to fill your cup, I can't put nothing in your cup. Or you know how they say it on the plane, put your mask on first and then help the
And then
person next to you. You know what I mean? So we have to self-care is not selfish, but getting to the place where now today you can say, you know what? I love me.
Yes.
This person who I am becoming.
Yes.
And because you weren't always able to say that. I wasn't always able to say that about myself. So that was a journey. So just taking the time out to love on yourself. And as you take care of yourself and love on yourself, it just branches out. You can pour, it overflows, and then you can share that with your family. But it starts with you. And I love how you talk about that inner girl and that inner little boy. And so, we're going to be doing a lot more of talking about healing that inner child.
Yeah.
Because when you heal the little girl, the grown woman will rise.
Yes.
When you heal the little boy, the men will rise. And so a lot of us are walking around with that. Like you said, on the outside, we fly. We got on the red bottoms. We got on the name brands, whatever. But inside that heart, there's a war
and it
going on.
comes out because if
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah, and
steps
we're
on that,
spewing it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
if somebody steps on that toe, you find out,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or we're running
he just
around in
really
circles,
said that
confused.
in church
Yes. Yes.
or after the word.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So we
Sherry.
need to get that beauty from the inside out.
Yeah.
And so I love this. I love that you were our first guest in 2025.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, and you have
So
really
good.
educated me out of all the stuff I wanted. Like, I'm just amazed out of all the times that people have talked about in the finances that you broke that down
So simple.
about owning a home that way and the condo and and renting. Like that just
Yeah.
amazes me, and I am so grateful
It
to
was
you for being here and being our first guest of 2025. Just being our guest, like
Yeah.
getting an opportunity to hear and see you because you can see how you flourish in it. Like
Oh, wow.
just the honesty and the sincerity. It's
Yeah.
not about the company, it's about educating people. And
Yes.
that's what I always talk about. I just want those of us that we don't understand. And the reason that we don't understand is because we're not educated. And we could go so much further if we really took the time to educate one another
Yeah.
and to be able to share it. That is so important, Sharon. It is so meaningful and it is so sincere coming from you. And I am so grateful to you for doing this and for just taking the time to share with us. I really, really am.
And we want to make this platform, a lot of times we send the questions, people questions. But as we have a we wanted to feel like we just have the conversation with our sister. We don't even have coffee and tea, but having a cup of coffee and tea and having a conversation and letting it flow. And so the questions are not set up to go like, well, we're gonna ask this question 1 through 10. They're just I call them facilitating questions. So, so as you're talking, we might ask this question, we might ask this question, and it just all feels like a part of a conversation. So we hope that you were as comfortable as we were having you here to have a conversation. That's why I don't call it an interview. I said these are conversations, and these are to empower, uplift, encourage other women that you might be right here today, but look, Shannon came in and taught us about insurance, told us how to pay the interest on our car. Like, so we leave here with information to empower us to overcome in our lives. And so that's what this platform is set up to do. So again, it was such an honor to meet you. And I'm gonna have to get your number from Cassandra, because I got some questions about your term policy. I got so so just to continue to educate myself and to get better. We're never too, like I said, I'm never too old to learn or to listen. And when someone has wisdom and expertise in the field that I do not. So and that's what I often say, like, you don't need to be jealous of, we need to come together as sisters. I don't need to be jealous because you have an expertise in finance and insurance. I might have an expertise. It all works together for the kingdom and the glory of God. Like, I'm not good at that. Go see Sharon. I'm not good at that. Go see Cassandra, because it's all working together. And so when we just work in our lane, oh my God, it just creates such a flow. So again, thank you for being here. We're not going to take up the rest of your day, but it has been a privilege. So again, thank you for saying yes.
Yes.
And
I can't wait to give you a hug at church. I mean, this has been so special to me. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Yes, I don't know if you have any last words you want to share before we let you go.
Keep doing this for our
Keep
community.
doing this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Doing it. We need
so
to.
much.
We need you. We need you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trying to be our platform, but we need you. We need to hear from you. You don't have a jealous bone in your bodies. You're putting other people up on platforms, and we need you. Thank
you so much.
And selfless. Did I say
Thank you so much.
Selfless.
You did. You said it right.
That's so kind of you. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
I love you both, and thank you for listening. Thank you for grabbing hold of some information.
Yes.
You gave it back to me. So I know that you got it. It was
yes. I got it.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings.